Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your anuses, prepare your bodies like your Reggie Fils-Aimé, and prepare to calm your tits. But yeah, I lined up at midnight for the Switch 2, and luckily I was the third person in line. And I originally was gonna record myself and my experience just trying to get the Switch 2 in person after doing the full transaction, but after looking at the footage and some of the events that they played throughout, I realized there's not a whole lot to talk about, so why not just do an unboxing, even though Russia already beat us to it. I wish I was kidding about that. And I'm also going to ditch the stash because it would just be kind of weird to just hear me muffle constantly with this over my face. But yeah, I had a great time. I got to win first place at the costume contest that my local GameStop was hosting, and I also got to win a round of gaming trivia, or Nintendo trivia, excuse me. And despite the success of securing the Switch 2, the person that was behind me got the same number that I did, but luckily we were able to get our own respective transactions complete no problem, so I got the Switch 2 and Cyberpunk, so I'll be finally glad to give this a chance when I can. And I was walking like a happy camper after getting my Switch 2. I got the power now! I'm doing good in the game, so I'm doing good in life! So yeah, let's open this bad boy. And just for a little size comparison, here's the Switch 2 box, looking more square than usual. Obviously showcasing what the Switch 2 is as a console. Basically, if you already own a rendition of the previous model Switch, you know what to expect out of the box. But this is a completely new beast. And what a beast of a price it is. Yeah, in comparison to this, for a little size comparison, here is the Switch 2 box right next to the Switch OLED box. And obviously in terms of thickness, it doesn't make much of a difference in terms of thickness, but height-wise, yeah, definitely a huge difference. And there is a 28 under my console. That must have invoked my number with the receipt in there. But yeah, so far opening the panels slowly but surely. And oh wow, I definitely noticed the Joy-Cons are definitely way bigger compared to the standard Joy-Cons from the Switch 1. And the tablet itself, also obviously bigger, but before I start fiddling with this, I'm going to do a jump cut and put a screen protector on this, so BRB peeps.
A few moments later.
Okay, I got this screen protector on, and unfortunately there's a small amount of lint on behind the screen. I've been guilty of doing that with other screen protectors as well that are glass, but even if it's just like one small minor detail, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, judging by the tablet, it is definitely beefier than I thought it would be, even for 7.9 inches. Back of the console itself, definitely got that little kickstand. It's also metal, just like the OLED one, but definitely way more space in comparison, obviously. And there's a little handheld, or a little handle, just sort of like a GameCube, but not really. But this kind of reminds me of the Fies shot from Kamen Rider Fies, but basically don't punch Orphanox with this thing. Trust me. I think I might be the only person to actually make that comparison. Okay, so here we have the OLED, and all these fingerprints are with also a screen protector. I can't speak, I'm sorry. Did I mention it's past midnight? Huge size difference if you have the OLED. I approve of the size of the tablet itself, but what about the Joy-Cons? One of my struggles is with the regular Joy-Cons, they're kind of small in my hands, but how do the 2s feel? They feel perfect. Handheld mode definitely feels way better in comparison to the old ones. I also kind of like how the joysticks themselves feel in general. Those are the Joy-Cons, and for a little size comparison, here's the 2 and the standard. Huge difference in height. And of course, there's another compartment here showcasing all the instructions and health and safety hazards. HDMI 2.1, I think it is. I don't know my HDMI cables all that well, unfortunately. But here also the Joy-Con straps definitely look a lot different in comparison to the standard ones. Plus is positive, minus is negative. Gotta remember that from Woody. It was a little hard to get them on, but they're not super hard. But yeah. And I take it to release them, oh, okay. And it also looks like that when you push the release button on the back, there goes the second one. There's a small bit of plastic that ejects outward, so that way you know it's pressed and you can actually eject it. And I'm already making a huge ass mess on my bed. I apologize, people. Just trust the process. And the Joy-Con grip, definitely got the 2 on there, but it's not embedded like it is on the Switch 1 model. In fact, I actually custom painted the gold on this. There's a slight difference on the overall feel, or on the overall appearance of the grip itself. But how do the Joy-Cons feel with this on? Oh, that is a loud snap. Doesn't feel too bad just by itself. Although I would still recommend getting a Pro Controller for this, whether it be the Switch 1 or the Switch 2. I'm glad the Switch 1 is forwards compatible with the Switch 2. Just by using this configuration, not bad. And when you push the triggers, there's also this that pops out as well. So far, so good. Still have ways to go with the package itself. USB-C cable, that's for the charger itself, which is also a USB-C port as well, but actually 2 pieces rather than 1, so got the little Nintendo logo right there. And last but not least, out of all the things in the box, there is the dock itself. And it's just as beefy as the... yeah. The dock, first impressions, definitely beefy than I thought it would be. Even with the fan implemented in it for any intense sessions with the console itself. Oh, I pull back. Okay, so you got your HDMI, USB-C, and your LAN port. And 2 USB-As on the side. Definitely got that little Homestar Runner-esque face that only the OLED has, unfortunately. Okay, so we have the OLED dock, and we got the 2 dock. Size-wise, yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. And height-wise, or width-wise, they're about the same. But yeah, here's the Homestar Runner face I was talking about. Oh, hello! My name is Homestar Runner, and I am a game console now! But yeah, in comparison, let me try pulling back the panel. I understand they need to implement the fan into this to help cool the system down. Another part of me kind of wishes it was kind of as minimalistic as the OLED is, but I don't know, that's just my personal preference. A dock is a dock, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about that. Powering the console on. Got the Nintendo logo. Oh, got a little animation. Oh, okay. Doesn't sound climactic when it comes to sounds, but it is what it is. Okay. There is a little jingle. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna set all this up off screen and give you my overall impressions. Okay, good news. I got everything set up on my Switch, even though it's empty, but let me switch the theme to basic dark, because who actually uses a light mode? System battery, stop charging around 90, because I know people have been wanting this kind of feature, but I might actually give this a chance and not let the battery crap out on me every time I try to charge it. So just a little change in lifestyle, I guess. Wiggle room, there is a little bit more wiggle room in comparison to the Switch 1 and even the Switch OLED. In fact, I can even notice like the color is actually starting to pop out a little bit more. It's hard to see on camera, but in person it's way more noticeable. But yeah. Not too bad, Nintendo. So far, anyway. And my console is currently at 60%, so that's a plus. But yeah, huge difference. And definitely more comfortable if you have big, meaty claws like me. One of my biggest issues regarding the Switch 1 would be how uncomfortable and crammed things are just by gripping onto the Switch 1 model, even in the OLED. And I know people are going to say that I should use a Satisfy grip to make the experience more comfortable when it comes to gripping on the console in general, but I never experienced that before, so sorry, Satisfy fans. But I will say, in comparison, this definitely feels more comfortable, like I said. And I'm definitely gonna give 1 week of this a shot and see whether or not I want to either keep my OLED and just keep this as well for any small minor games that come out, or at least games that catch my interest. Or if I decide to just go with one Switch and only one Switch, then I'll decide. Because the future is in my hands, and your hands, and my son's hands. Isn't that right, John Wick Jr.?
We got what we came for.
Yes, we definitely got what we came for. This, and the game starring you and Knuckles. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, that is my unboxing and first impressions on the Switch 2 out of the box. Not doing any gameplay or any comparisons or anything else. But yeah, that's all I got for today, so I'll see you guys next time. Jana.